Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. This broadcast is for demonstration educational purposes only. It's important to know that we're not offering any type of trading advice here today. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and there is a significant amount of risk when trading the financial markets. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Friday, August 29th. Headed into a long Labor Day weekend in the U.S. And today is Friday, August 29th. If you're joining us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. Any day above ground is a blessed day. Praise God. So let's see. Today's news reports. We start our session off each morning with taking a look at the news reports that are coming out, the economic news. It's a very news driven market. We don't want to be in a trade right when a red folder or high impact news release comes out. So we always take a look as to not have any unpleasant surprises. Unpleasant. The core PCE came out. Came out as expected. It was about 2.9%. I saw the news came out this morning at 8:30, and let's see what else came out. Goods trade balance came out at 8:30, a low impact report. 9:45 Chicago PMI. 10 a.m. A revised consumer sentiment and a revised inflation expectations. Those have one has an orange, one has a yellow. So heads up, 9:45 a low impact. 10 we've got a medium and a low combined. And listen, we're coming into a long weekend, and let's take the opportunities as they present themselves, if they do at all. Um, I just enabled my strategies. I realized I wasn't enabled. So I don't have much of a leaderboard, which might be a good thing. We'll see coming into it what comes right to the top of my leaderboard. If today's your first day joining us, what I'm talking about. First, let me say good morning to everybody. Good morning. I hope you had a nice evening. Um, if today's your first day joining us, my name's Rory Powers, and I'm going to be showcasing the AI Auto Trader. And this is a fully automated trading system that, once it's enabled, will execute and manage the trades for you. And it runs on NinjaTrader 8. NinjaTrader 8. So there's two things you need to run this system. You need NinjaTrader 8 and a live data feed. Any broker or prop firm that supports the NinjaTrader platform, you'll be able to run it with. Let's take a look and see what happened pre-market. Pre-market, this we're looking here at the Asian Open, the Asian session, the London session, the London Open. Overnight during the Asian session, it took a big move down. During the London Open, it made a retracement back to the 50 on this 20 Unarenko time frame. Big move down. The markets do not like gaps. At the open, let's see, that news report came out at 8:30. Got a pop to the upside. It was right at expectations. Potentially, we have a move up to fill in that gap. Let's take a quick look at the E-mini. This is the E-mini on a 30 range bar. It happens to be in a trade on the ESPA account. Just broke through the VWAP. The yellow line is my VWAP. So here is midnight. It looks just like the NASDAQ, just on a smaller scale. Took a big leg down and a slight retracement headed into the market open. Hey, Gerald, good morning. Oh, no. And what we have, what we're looking at here is we refer to this here as our leaderboard. As the trades start firing off, the bots that are performing the best will come to the top and we'll see their P&L. This does play a factor into which bots we decide to copy into our live or funded accounts. So we always keep a track of which bots are performing the best. I also have a trade copier here. We're going to copy across some Apex accounts. And I have what we refer to as our lagometer. Our lagometer, very important tool, not only for automated strategies, but if you trade on a discretionary basis, a very common issue is lag. The price we're looking at on our chart is not where price actually is. Maybe it's a few seconds behind. A half a second can make the difference between a winning and a losing trade. Let me see if I could put a link in the chat. I want to give away this lagometer. If you don't have one, you need one. We also get you, when you come aboard, we also get you synced up with the atomic clock. Not the atomic bomb, but the atomic clock. And that atomic clock, believe it or not, is very important. The synchronization of that is anywhere from a half a second to a full second or two at the minimum. You ever get out of a trade? You look at your P&L on your chart trader, and you're up $200-300. You close the trade, and you got $50. You're like, what the heck? I could have sworn I made 300 on that trade. Well, the reason is I always used to think it was a conspiracy that they were taking my money. What it is, it's the lag. The price what you're looking at, it happened 2 seconds ago. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me close all these tabs. Okay. Where is my lagometer? Here it is. Now, if you're a member with us, you can get this in the Discord. If you're not a member with us, we want to give it to you for free. We're also going to be giving away a couple of prop accounts. Let me bring up my notepad. Okay, there's the link there. Yeah, Gerald, that was pretty crazy. I gotta gotta hand it to you. If you're doing a 1 day pass though, um, which is a Hail Mary anyways, you know you're going into it with a high risk pass or fail mentality. A catalyst event like a news report, like the one that came out, the CPE was it? Um, that's a good catalyst event to get a good move. You just want to wind up on the right side of it. Let's see. Yeah, the PCE, core PCE. Man, I learned my lesson what was it, last week or the week? No, the week before. I had this grand idea that I would trade the FOMC a few weeks ago. Wow, I don't know what I was thinking. I wish somebody talked some sense into me. And I wanted to yesterday at the prop trading summit. If you were at the summit yesterday, you're joining us today to see the bots in action. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I was showing in the webinar yesterday, and I'll highlight it today after the market open. So we're making some major progress um, with this new update. These are the endpoints on our API. This is used for fetching trade executions, financial sentiment, performance reports, and news reports. And this is all going to connect through Grok and ChatGPT. Um, that these are going to be these AI agents that are going to make incredible suggestions on how to trade these markets based on a number of different factors. Meeting with Sergio and Charles later this afternoon to get the entire system up and running on my computer. Really excited about it. There goes the market open. We'll talk more about it in just a few minutes. Gerald, you could always call me, my friend. All right, let's let the market settle down. We're playing the leapfrog. Our lag is a little too high right now. It's at 3 seconds. We want to get it on. We have to come back in that green. At the market open, we always have that burst of volatility. The leapfrog is in short. Let's see if there's some follow through the downside. I didn't copy this trade because it's just too close to the market open. I like to wait a few minutes and let things settle down. Now this has that new leapfrog integration in it, where if it comes within 25 ticks of my profit target, you're going to see my stop fly down and my profit target leapfrog and give it more room to make more money. Came dangerously close to my stop. It, the wick just gave it a little kiss. Bitcoin is on fire. We're testing a bot trading the micro Bitcoin, and you can see it right here. This is trading 5 micros on the MBT ticker. Exciting strategy. The market opened very flat. With a holiday weekend, you know all the big shots. They're already out on the golf course. Okay, sounds good. Please give me a call. Good morning. Good morning, Ultra Flyer. Okay, here we go. Maybe we get a leg to the downside. I'm going to flip my copier on and try to take a short trade here. My 20U is lined up to the downside, so I have a multi-time frame alignment of trend. And I've got a little room here. It looked like price had just broke through support, but now it's kind of bouncing. Here we go. Let's see if it puts us in. Oh, thank you, Walter. Almost forgot. Maybe we wait. Ah, you know what? I kind of like this entry. There we go. Let's put our profit goal right above support. And let's give it a clear path. This looks a lot like the last entry with no follow through. Mm, same result. Ah, gotcha, Dave. You read my mind. You read my mind. Ah, bouncing off support. Trying to break through support here. Having a little bit of a trouble getting through. Gonna retest it. Come on down, break through. Let's see if we can get in this leapfrog a little bit further. There we go. Just leapfrogged. Just leapfrogged again. And there we go. Breakdown. Could have some running room here if we could just break through. All right. Well, we got really the meat of the move there. For about 350, 385 across all three accounts, 1,095. Had a tough time getting through that pivot, but it finally did make it. Let's take a break until that news report comes out. My leaderboard's starting to light up. ES8U Scalper Leapfrog is a very exciting strategy. This spot here has the potential. Let me show that bot to get into some really beautiful trades. It's our ES8U Scalper that has the Leapfrog integration. Very quickly, it takes all the risk off of the move. This is it here. It's leveraging an 8 Unorenco bar. It's already taken the risk off the trade. It's squeezed a little tight. Nice. Here she goes is right. She's headed down. That 8U Scalper is maturing to the downside. Let's see if the Leapfrog kicks in. You can see the bots on this move down really start capitalizing on this move. We get a big move down. This ES, it's trying to get some wiggle room. If it gets some wiggle room, it could spend hours in that trade leapfrogging. I've seen it happen before. On a nice move down or up, it'll take the trade either way. You don't get the whipsaw like you do on the NASDAQ, where it'll come up and wick you out. The ES will just ride it very nicely. Look at the Mack truck, that 20U Mack truck. Wow. Look at this. Remember the trade I showed you on the micro Bitcoin? This is also has a leapfrog component to it that it got into. It's in a monster short trading the micros on Bitcoin. Great job, Ken. Ken, you had a great week. Congratulations. Man, on a rough pre-holiday week. You really battled through it, man. Great job. Look at Steven. Steven, this entire week has been at the top of my leaderboard. Getting a retracement now. Let's see if we get a push. We need to break through this area of support, and this E-mini might be off to the races. Let's see if we get some selling pressure here. We got a bunch of buyers sitting right at this level, right at this price level. 23,596. The last line of defense. We've got some running room to the downside if we break it. News report in 2 minutes. Nice row. Yeah, I caught that leapfrog too. That was a real nail biter. Here, the leapfrog's back in. I think my copier is off. Yes, it is. Let's see if it can continue down. It appeared it broke the pivot, but well, now you know what? Now that pivot is actually resistance. It's kind of protecting our stop right now. It got us. Nope. Got us that time. I've seen the man when the Nasdaq gets like this, that 20 Unarenko or 2 minute or even the 150 range data series, going with a bigger bar is a lot more conservative. Or just going to the E-mini. The E-mini takes this type of movement and smooths it out just so beautifully. Realize they deduct commissions, Ken, if that's what you're asking. Here it might not show it, but in their portal it will. On Rhythmic Trader Pro, it most definitely will. If you're using Rhythmic. Here we go. This E-mini's got some breathing room again. Back in short on the micro Bitcoin too. Look at a micro Bitcoin. Oh, that micro. Okay, it just jumped down and locked in some more profits on that E-mini trade. You saw my stop automatically move down, and it'll continue to lock in profits as this trade matures. That leapfrog will continue. There it goes. It's leapfrogging that E-mini. Let's go to the Steven on the 8U. It's crushing it. Steven's up 1,600. It's at the top of my leaderboard. What a beautiful trade on the E-mini. This, let me tell you, this automated trade management is just so wonderful. The E-mini is really tough. At 12.50 a tick, there's a fine line of squeezing it too tight and letting too much come back and erode your profits. With this leapfrog, the way it jumps down, it's almost the perfect strategy to manage these trades. Being prop traders, we can't have a large unrealized gain. That leapfrog ensures that you're not going to have a huge unrealized gain. The stop is pretty tight. There goes Steven. Here she goes. Last line of defense. Now this Steven, you can see it gives the trade plenty of room. If you're trading a smaller account, you could certainly trade it on the micros. You got 100 tick stop on this, so you're risking 500 with the potential to make 1,000, at least 1,000. It might even be more than that. Now it just hit our profit goal for the session. We have a $2,000 profit goal. It reached it, and it immediately closed the trade on the P&L target. Within our strategy parameters, not only do we have a loss limit, but we have a profit target. Which really speaks to capital preservation. There's no sense if you're up a couple thousand to give it back. For demonstration purposes, I can reset it. I can go to that 8U, Steven, and disable it and re-enable it and let it continue to trade. Gerald, nice. Way to play the leaderboard. Way to play that leaderboard. No, Ken, we're closed on Labor Day. We're not going to be trading on Monday. I'm glad you brought it up for the holiday schedule. A lot of our members are not in the U.S., don't even know it's a holiday. In the U.S., Monday is Labor Day. It would be un-American to work. Really looking forward to this post Labor Day market. We've got some. I think we're going to see some fireworks, and right in time for this new update. Beautiful trade, a $550 trade on the ES. We had the potential to really, man, if that thing kept going down, there's a really nice volume today. You could see on the NASDAQ, we're at 2,000, just over 2,000, 2,100 contracts a minute. The E-mini just about 5,000 contracts a minute. So this is the type of environment we're looking for. This is evidence that institutional influence is manipulating the market. They're driving the price of the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 lower and lower, and that's what we really need to thrive with these bots. Typical pre-holiday. The iBot on the 1 minute. Let's take a look at that trade. We have the iBots, which leverage the market internals. It requires a connection with Kinetic. Let me see if I can find it. iBot 1 minute. iBot. Oh, there's Steven. Never mind. Now, Steven is an aggressive strategy. It likes to trade. If it gets up to 2 grand, I always tell the members, do not trade it again. Turn it off. Take the money and run. Take a quick look at our leaderboard. Stevens number one. It might pull in a $500 loser right here. It did. So it's back down to 1430. Our ES scalper just jumped back in short. Ooh, the RJ, the 150 range is in. Let's take a look at that. I love this bot on a day like today when it's throwing these wicks the way it is. This is a bot here that does not see that whipsaw on the NASDAQ. This is leveraging a 150 range bar. If we were to look at the bars that the strategy is actually looking at, we would have to go to our data series, change it to 150 range, and this will give you an idea of what that strategy is looking at. This is a 150 range bar. Got within our profit window here. You can see my stop came all the way in, and now it's either, I think, 750 or 1,000. I don't have the leapfrog enabled on this strategy, but I need to get it in there. Our ES8U scalper back in short. Let's see if the RJ pushes through. That 150 range bar is a perfect bar for this market environment. Some real fireworks out here today. So initially, the scalper gives the trade some nice room to mature. Um, but once it does mature, it squeezes it some. Because, like I said earlier, the E-mini is pretty difficult to manage those trades. 1250 a tick. Come on, one more push down. It's either 750, I believe, or 1,000 at this point. One of our members, RJ, I always say, we get our best ideas from our members. Our trading body, our trading family. A valued member is RJ. Extremely intelligent guy. He's in the medical field. I believe he's a physician. Really quantified this strategy in our Discord chat and explained the conditions, the rules, the triggers. Our team actually collaborated with him, used what he had as a foundation, and turned it into a very effective strategy. Push down, push through. All right, got it. $1,250 trade. That was a 250 tick entry. It doesn't look like a huge move on these big bars. These 150 range bars can be misleading, but that was a 250 tick profit target it just hit. 250 ticks for RJ. And our leaderboard grows. Let's go back to our 30 range. Well, let's see which ones are winning. The 1 minute is doing well. The 1 minute bot and drone. The 20U on the Mack truck is up there. The ES on the Leapfrog we're watching. Let's see if it takes another leg down. And take a quick look at the stock market here. You see the ES? It took all the risk off that fast. Now we just need some breathing room. There we go. And she's off. Boy, this Bitcoin is just racking it up on my other monitor. Trade after trade. Catching these huge moves down on the micros. The problem with these MBT is the bid-ask spread. It's not a very liquid instrument. RJ's about to fire off again too. Let's see if we get into a leapfrog here. It's very close. I think it has to get to about 500 bucks and it leapfrogs. One more push down. There it goes. Now it just leapfrogged. When that happens, you could take a deep breath because you're going to make some money on the trade. Here goes RJ. RJ's right back in on the 150 range. Got our 1-2 punch, the E-mini and the NASDAQ. Whoa, look at big. My goodness. Bitcoin is dropping like a rock. S&P 500, NASDAQ, everything dropping like a rock. Are they, Antonio, are they these lines here that you see on my chart, the red line? Are they the support and resistant lines that you're referring to? If you right click your chart, it sounds like your pivots or your volume zone indicator doesn't have the right settings in it. So for now, if you want, you can remove those two indicators. The easiest way to do it is if I was to click on that line and then go to properties, no, what you would want to do is you would want to go to your indicators. And in your list of indicators, find the volume zone, the VZ, and the pivots. That's what's creating those red and blue lines. You can remove them for now, or you can reload your template and see if they'll go back to the correct settings. It's the pivots and the VZ indicator. I would remove them for now. But they're pretty important indicators. Coming up right behind me is professional options trader David Wise. And I was just looking at some of his text messages. He's shooting out messages left and right like a machine gun. So he's a man with a plan this morning. He looks at the relative strength versus the SPY, and it appears that he has a few tickers in his crosshairs. That this trade is maturing nicely, still to the downside. We're looking for the RJ to get into our profit window. Wow, look at this micro Bitcoin. It's up 727. $727 trading micros. Bitcoin has come all the way down to 109,000. I think it was up over 120. Here we go, another push down. Wow, this E-mini is right back in. It's closed out 2 winning trades, and it's back in for more. Very exciting day. Great day to be a day trader. Our 401ks are getting destroyed, but we could hedge those losses a little bit. Come on, RJ, get in that window. Get in that window. Very close. Oh, man, I can't believe it didn't get there. What I'm referring to is this trade over here. My stop is way back here. Once price gets a little bit closer to my profit target, you're going to see my stop automatically fly down and lock in some really nice profits. Oh, great, Antonio. Okay, that profit window just kicked in and locked in a beautiful trade. 1875 on 2 trades. Not too shabby. 2 RJ trades, 1875. in the bank. Okay, Gerald. All right. I missed that. That is looking better, sir. What's today, the 29th? Yeah. There goes Bitcoin again. This Bitcoin, micro Bitcoin, is really running up the score. I'm going to move this right above support. RJ's right back in. 8U scalper back in. Really cashing in on this move down. So we've got a really nice diversity of strategies. I was mentioning yesterday, we're trading the futures, index equities. We have the Nasdaq and the E-mini. Those are our two most consistent instruments. Very liquid. Then we also play the Dow for our one-day passes. And we also have crude oil and gold at our disposal. Although they are not the most consistent, there are times that they put up huge numbers, huge numbers. One of our members, Ron N., made 10 grand trading gold. It was, I believe it was during the, when Trump had initially come out with the tariffs and there was that big sell-off a few months back. Created really nice buying opportunities. But anyway, at that particular point, Ron N made 10 grand using one of our gold bot. Anybody have anything special planned for this weekend? Looking forward to spending some time with my two little girls. They love, love, love the swimming pool. They both had a swimming lesson yesterday. My 2-year old is, oh my God, she is something else. Personality on her, that's tremendous. She carries a purse and a cell phone, or a toy, a toy purse and a toy cell phone. She loves her sister. So I'm getting with, let me briefly discuss the update where we're at. Um, I'm actually getting with Sergio. I initially met with him yesterday, and he said, "Man, that went really great. There's just a few little things. I'm kind of like the guinea pig because we want to do the distribution of this. We want to get it out to our members." And he said, "Okay, there's a little thing with the antivirus and this and that, and there's a lot of moving parts of this thing." So he said, "Let's get back together." And he's going to work on it all day today. Let's get back together this afternoon, and I'm gonna put it on your machine. Thank you, Ralph. I saw your pictures too. You've got a beautiful family as well. So this API, these are the endpoints that he has, for market news, sentiment reports. It's going to look at your trade performance right on your Ninja. Um, for market news, it's going to have an outside connection that's going to let us know what the sentiment is, what the news reports are, whether it was a beat or a beat or a miss. And this is all going to be information that's going to run through ChatGPT. I know Gronk is also their server is also integrated into this API, and it's really going to give us some great ways to leverage our strategies, taking into account all of these variables, the ways that we were already doing it, and in addition, some of these outside connectors and this AI agent is going to make some incredible suggestions that are all backed by data and really great logic and information. So we have the foundation. If you go back and you watch Mark Miller's video, not the most recent, but the one prior to that, we're going to be releasing this in stages, right? But we're going to get the framework out there, something that we can build on. And we're going to turn this system, I'm telling you, into the smartest bots out there, the Albert Einstein of trading bots. So big, big update coming down the pipe. Nice, Tom. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Now, my wife, I tell you, I'm so proud of her. She's getting her master's degree, and she's going to be a nurse educator, teach other nurses. And the accomplishments that this girl has done is just incredible. Um, really came to the country with zero, a shirt on her back. And through hard work and perseverance, she's really educated herself and done everything right. So she's finally graduating, getting her master's. Hanging out with the granddaughters. I always wanted a son. You know, God has a sense of humor. He gave me two girls. One of our members, Ron, he says, "Well, hey, keep trying. You know, I've got seven. The first three were girls." I said, "Oh my God, seven." But I will keep you posted here on YouTube about our progress with that update. I will give you a daily update. Our team meets every day. Let me see if I can do a couple of a drawing, give away some dollar accounts. I put a link earlier. If you missed it, for our lagometer. If you're a trader and you don't have this, do yourself a favor and get it. I'm telling you. It's if you scroll up in the chat, you'll see it. Okay, let me go to my chat GTP. Let's do a drawing. Let's get five names. We're going to do, let me bring up my right line funding. We're going to do five names today on my random names. Random name selection. Here it is. Okay, I've got the winners. Now let me show you what you've won. Today's drawing, we're doing it a little different now. We're going to pivot away from the Profit King Challenge, and we're just going to go to the regular evals. Right Line Trading is home to our funding arm, our sister company called Right Line Funding. Okay, so Right Line Trading and Right Line Funding. RightLineFunding.com is the URL. And what we're going to draw names for today is we're going to draw names for our $50,000 eval accounts. We're going to give five people a coupon code that will provide you with a $1 $50,000 eval. $50,000 eval. If your name is drawn, you'll get a coupon code. Instead of paying $29, you'll just pay $1. $1. We have straight to SIM funded accounts. We're not talking about those. For a very competitive price, it's $299, and you don't go through the evaluation process. You can get a payout in as little as 8 trading sessions. After 8 trading days, you got to make $3,000 with a $2,000 trailing threshold. The consistency rule is 20%. The cost of the account is $299 for the 50,000. For 150,000, the evals are $99, and the straight to sim funded is $449, and that'll give you a $150,000 account. All of this information can be found on rightlinefunding.com. Okay, here are the names. Excuse me. Vince G, Katie, Alex, and no, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Well, since I called your name, I'm going to have to give you a coupon code too. But that wasn't for today's. Today's I have Hawk V, Roscoe, Sophia, Steve, and Mukhtar. I am going to post your names. If I called your name earlier as a mistake, I'm going to include you. Vince G, Katie, and Alex. I'm going to include you. So there'll actually be 8 winners today because it was my mistake. Who's never won before? Anybody? Well, listen, if you've never won before, I'm going to put my number in this chat. Um, Give me about 15 or 30 minutes once this live stream ends, and then give me a call if you can. If you're interested and you've never won before, and you've been watching these drawings and you're ready to put the sledgehammer through your monitor, like that nice lady, then give me a call and I'm going to take care of you. I remember somebody posted not long ago. They said, "Hey, you've been doing this a while now. I haven't seen my name called." This is how we ended up today. We watched the leapfrog on the 8U do very well. It's up $1,000. Our NQ 1 day pass didn't make it all the way, but it made it almost all the way. Our 1 minute iBots did well. Our 20U Mac truck is in another trade now. Is a very effective strategy. The 30 range star up 620. I was able to get about between $350 and $400 across 3 Apex accounts. Our retirement plan was on the leaderboard. Our Haymaker, a number of our bots that are very consistent found their way to the top again today. So it was a really exciting trading session. And I want to remind you, if you would, before you leave, please like my video here on YouTube. It's job security, I like to say. When leadership and ownership sees that people are liking my videos, they say, hey, get this guy back out there. We want to extend our sessions. We want to stream for much longer. So please like my video here on YouTube. I want to wish everybody a blessed Labor Day weekend. If you're not in the U.S., have a blessed weekend anyway. God willing, we're going to be back on Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday. We won't be here on Monday. It's Labor Day. We're gone fishing. You're right, Duke. Everybody would win. Longer sessions, bigger profits. That's right. Have fun, everybody. Stay safe. Don't have too much fun. Let's see if there's a last trade we can watch on the Mack truck. Let's let her rip. Let's get the NQ out on the 20U. Let's see what the Mack truck has. Last trade, everybody. Trade of the day. Last trade of the day. Mack truck. There we go. Oh, this could be a long one. These must be the blue and red lines you are referring to. So what I would do with my pivots is 150 is right, but the volume zone, this is wrong. What we want is we want it on the next highest higher fib number. For a 20 Unorenco, it's a pretty big one. It's like 150 range. And it gets rid of all those. The Mack truck is banking on a retracement. The market is slowly retracing. Let's take a look at this. Oh my God, look at that move down it took. Ever since midnight, we've been in a big sell-off here. Have a great long weekend, everybody. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right, Gerald. Great job, man. Good comeback. Have a great weekend, Rodney. God bless, my friend. Dave, give me a call sometime today. Glad to hear you're getting to spend some time with your family. They do grow up overnight. It's incredible. I'm just in, I can't get the smile off my face when I see my kids. And, even when you have a bad day of whatever it is that you're doing, and the day is over, to see those two, it just brightens my day, lifts my spirit, and gives me a purpose. Yeah, Raul, I believe you can trade 20. Well, it's 23. Remember, we're not trading the actual Bitcoins. We're trading the futures contracts on the futures exchange. BTC future, they don't work 24 or 5 days a week, not 7 days a week. The market opens at 6 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Time. It closes for an hour every day between 5 and 6, just like the other futures instruments. Here goes the Mack truck. Looking for a reversal, a retracement. Man, I'd love to see a rally here. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate your kind words regarding my wife. And I hope you have a blessed weekend with your grandkids. Let's see if this thing drifts up. Let's give it a few more minutes. I don't want to put you to sleep here. This is the Mack truck. 20 Unarenko. These 20 Unarenko bars are big bars. Let me tell you, they really smooth it out. Smooth out the market. Smooth out the static, I should say. We got in on the C entry. You saw price came down. My RSI line broke down below the 50% and then back up. Popped us in long. The old pull back and go. I'm not 100% Rao, but I'll look into it. I will look into it. Let me see if I could Google it for you really quick. Oh, this thing's going to come up. Oh, okay, great. Um, BTC, it's the MBT. MBT futures hours of trading. Oh, you're right. Uh, Almost 24 hours a day. This is the answer right here. From Sunday at 6 to Friday at 5. And there's a 1 hour maintenance. So my initial answer was right. So it's just like the other futures instruments. It shuts down for an hour a day. Close Saturday, opens at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. All right, the trade closed, everybody. The Mack truck ended up $495, and that's the way it'll wrap up today. So enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Have a barbecue. Have some quality time with your people you care about the most. God bless you, everybody. We'll see you back on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. So long.